All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Urban Gardener. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today on this episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Follow along with more garden adventures as we continue growing here on The Urban Gardener. Today, however, we're going to have just a little bit different episode. I've got a few things to talk about. So first off, let's talk about subscribers. Now, if you're already watching this episode right now, you're probably already subscribed to the channel, and I want to thank you so much for hitting that button and following along with our adventures that we got growing on here. So we're continuing to grow into this next year. Today, like I said, I just want to have a conversation and kind of talk about a few different things. First off, we haven't put out an episode for a little while, and I'm really kind of apologize for that. When I got back from our most recent adventure, the National Heirloom Expo, I cart above to the first episode. There's 3 total. We went and spent 3 days there, had wonderful, wonderful time hanging out with so many great people. Got to talk to some really, really good people. It was really, really fun. I really enjoy that exposition. It's just a fun time for anybody who's really enthusiastic about gardening. When I got back, there were some things in my personal life and right here at home with the gardens and everything like that that was just a little deterring for what I was trying to accomplish and get done when I got home. So I got an episode coming up here this next week, which will help explain and answer some of those questions you might have about that, because I'm not going to really get into it here. There's things that happen, when we're doing these sort of things. We've got daily lives, we've got other things going on. Some of us aren't homeowners and we don't got the ability to do the things with our gardens we like to do. There's just a lot of different things going on that can be really detouring from what we're trying to accomplish in our lives. And doing this type of thing with a channel and bringing content through video and all that takes a few extra steps and a few bit of extra time. And I really do enjoy it, though. I enjoy the whole process, the whole creative process. But at times it can be a little heavy when you're dealing with a lot of other things. So I want to apologize to all of you subscribers who've come along and haven't seen any episodes recently. We are going to get back on and start putting out some new things. I've got some things coming up. But one of the things I did kind of want to talk about, just kind of backtrack a little bit over this last season, is that if you've been watching this channel so far throughout our last couple of years, the first season we grew, I spent a lot of time talking about exactly what's going on with the gardens. We even did the community garden. We did a lot of other things that we have not featured this year, and I've been really bummed about that. This year's garden, though it's produced some good things, and done pretty well in some areas, I'm not really happy overall with the home gardens and the way they've turned out this year. It's been something that's been really kind of disappointing for me. And I'm going to put out an episode. I kind of shot some footage and things like that. So in the next week or two, I'm going to put out an episode talking about that as well. Because, it's one of the things we've got to face is the realities of what's going on. Our gardens some years are really great and some years they're really not. And sometimes, there's certain reasons for them and some things we just don't really understand. But we'll kind of go over that a little bit as we continue going there. I just kind of want to catch up with everybody and kind of talk about those things just a little bit and kind of get that out there. I do want to really talk about where we're going, what we're going to be doing here as we're moving along. I'm going to put out an episode here real soon as we're going to get our 2019 growing season going, and we're going to start off with our one of the favorite things to grow, one of the first things that you get started with before the year even starts, and that's garlic. So we're going to get in the ground, we're going to start planting out some garlic here real soon and get our 2019 season going. So that's going to be really encouraging, something really get us going. Beginning of the year, we'll get our peppers going. We got lots of great plans. We've got some cool trips and some cool things coming up here as well, because that's something that's been really fun about doing this channel, is to be able to get together with a lot of different people out there who are just enthusiastic about gardening and the different elements that surround gardening, as I am. I really enjoy gardening and all the different things about it. And I'm out there learning. That's why I call it a garden adventure. I don't consider myself a garden teacher, so don't follow me if you're really, really trying to learn how to do some things. There's some really great garden teachers out there who've got the real know-how, the how-to on doing certain things. But if you're following along with me, you're going to see sort of the things that I'm learning, sort of the things that I'm doing as I'm following along and learning things as well. But as I'm learning, I'd like to be able to take you along with me on my garden adventure and meet up with and see some of the really cool things that there are out there to see when it comes to gardening. As we've been on a top of a rooftop garden in downtown Portland, we've been on a terraced garden at Pike's Place Market in Seattle, getting to see some of the really cool gardens and meeting up with some other YouTube gardeners that we got to meet up with down in California recently. Real quick iCard for Patrice's projects, really great meetup with her and getting to meet up with her channel and see what she's doing with gardening and YouTube, as well as her neighbor right down the road. Another R card right above for Growing Up Garden. What a wonderful family Kyle has there, and they're centering around educating their kids around growing food and putting that extra nourishment into their home from their own home gardens. These sort of things are really, really encouraging and really, really make for a great garden adventure, and that's what I'm trying to bring to everybody. And I hope that everybody's been enjoying that so far. Now, I've got some really cool projects still coming up here. So I talked about Mark from Portland. He's a really great garden educator, someone I really, really enjoy working with and collaborating with. I do have an episode coming up here in a few weeks where he's going to show us his garage microgreens project that he's got. It's a really, really great setup that he has there. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that to you as well. And some other things. I did an interview with Dan McAllister from Crop Swap at the National Heirloom Expo that we'll get to do here soon. So, hopefully we're going to have some really, really cool things coming up, and I hope that you guys all really, really enjoy what we're doing here and follow along with me. So one of the last things I want to talk about on this episode here is our community here on The Urban Gardener. We're growing, it's getting better and bigger. As I said, we're only getting ready to approach our first 1,000 subscribers. And that's a huge, huge accomplishment for a small YouTube gardener like this in our second year even. To get up to 1,000 people, to hit that subscribe button and follow along with us in our garden adventures is amazing. I want to take it even a step further. I want this community to grow even more. I ask you guys all the time at the end of the episodes to hit me up in the comment section below. But don't just hit me up. Hit some of the guests on our channel up. Hit some of the other people who are subscribers up. Ask questions. If you see a comment and you have any questions or anything like that, talk with and interact with some of the other members of the Urban Gardener community here on YouTube, as well as Facebook and other places as well. Tag your friends if you can. Help bring more people into this community if you can. There's been some great people out there who have already done some really cool things and given us shout outs and some real good encouragement. It's going to be something we're going to be really looking forward to doing here as we continue growing on the Urban Gardener, is to get out there and meet more and more people in the gardening community on social media, YouTube, and other places as well. So hopefully we'll get to meet you someday. Now I want to thank you all so much for joining me on this episode today. It's been really wonderful having you with me. Now remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything at all, like I said, hit me up in that comment section below and give this video a big, big thumbs up. Thumbs ups are big too. That's something you can do that's really, really encouraging. Hit the thumbs up, not just on these YouTube videos, but if you follow along on Facebook or anywhere else, hit the like button, put comments. That's something that really helps push these sort of videos or those sort of posts out there so more and more people can see them. So please, again, hit that like button, and of course, what we've been talking about all day, hit the subscribe button and follow along with more garden adventures, and we'll see you again in the very next episode. sit down right now. We're gonna have fun here, sitting here with the bees. There are a bunch of them around me, but it's getting close to winter, so they are busy doing other things. They are not worried about me. They have a hive to worry about. So, all right, it's been quite a few different episodes. So, all right, it's quite... We'll get this all right. All right, that's not really where I was going quite yet. Now for Patrice's project, which was a great... I'm rambling, but I kind of got an idea what I'm doing here.